Ryan, over on the LIV Tour, our colleague Jaime Diaz reported in Golf Digest at the weekend, quoting sources saying that Jon Rahm was unhappy with his move to LIV 8 months ago. Greg Norman, of course, came out and said that he wasn't, which is, kind of like Kim Jong-un saying everyone loves life in North Korea. What do you make of seeing Jon Rahm so far this year and his comments that he's made sometimes at PGA Tour events or major championships? I should say he sounds a little poignant for the tour that he lost. What would you conclude the current state of Jon Rahm is?
Well, first of all, a defense of Jaime Diaz, who we all know is as painstaking as it comes to his reporting and to his writing. He is not putting it out there simply to drum up controversy. That is what he is reporting. He is as nuanced as they come as a writer. As it relates to Jon Rahm, I think it's fair to say that he probably did harbor these feelings, and he's now resigned to the fact that he was not the impetus for change or the agitator for change that he initially thought he was going to be when he jumped to LIV Golf last winter. I still believe that Jon Rahm will go down as one of the best players of all time as a European. I do believe he has, if not the best chance, one of the best chances to complete the career Grand Slam. LIV Golf did not make him any lesser of a force on the world stage. All it has done is made him sort of less relevant or less visible to the golf fan. I think that's the tragedy that's happened in golf over the past 9 months. Is it certainly looked like, if you look at the career trajectories of Jon Rahm and Scottie Scheffler, we could have seen an incredible duel and a rivalry develop between those two players. That's not going to come to pass because they simply are teeing it up 4 times a year against each other.
And Rex, Ryan's right in the sense that it's too small a data sample to say that LIV has any detrimental effect on Jon Rahm as a force in the game. These guys just simply have down years. That's probably what Jon Rahm has. He was in a playoff yesterday on LIV with Brooks Koepka. It's kind of a showdown that we saw at the 2023 Masters. Not much chatter about it out there. If the two biggest silverbacks on that tour are going at each other in a playoff and it still doesn't kind of break through the noise with golf fans at large, is there any hope that they can do anything that would break through at this point?
Well, I think the wrestling match between the two tours, and we talked about this on the podcast, and it kind of came to a head in my mind at the Travelers Championship, coming off of Bryson DeChambeau's victory. He goes to his event on the LIV Tour. All the other top players on the PGA Tour go to the Travelers Championship, a signature event. It felt like that was a bit of a tipping point, because you're right. How much traction do you actually have when you have the world's best player, you have the most recognizable player, you have the most popular player in that moment, and you still don't seem to get much traction with it? This is another good example. You have the PGA Tour playoffs starting in Memphis, and on the other side, you have essentially your two marquee players going head-to-head coming down the stretch, and it still doesn't resonate very well. I think this speaks to, one, the product doesn't seem to be working with the fans at this point, and two, it seems like even if the product was working, it's hard to see it just because of where you don't really have an opportunity to go and tune in and watch the CW, for example.
Ryan, I want to get on this sort of money topic that we're going to be talking about for weeks to come now. And it's sort of an awkward narrative for the PGA Tour because the playoffs has been built up in recent years towards the big payoff, particularly the East Lake $25 million first prize this year in the bonus payouts for the FedEx Cup. Is that now an awkward scenario that the PGA Tour has kind of painted itself into a corner when we have all of this sentiment that fans are somewhat turned off by all of this talk of money?
I mean, I certainly think when the FedEx Cup started back in 2007, it was all about the money. That was the only conversation started that we actually had. The fact that these guys are making so much money now that it's almost an afterthought, or it's rendered a moot point that Scottie Scheffler could potentially win another $25 million for taking home the top prize. I think that pushes season earnings to like $60 million. And that doesn't even include any of the off the golf course endorsements or other projects that he may have. I think the PGA Tour is smart in sort of leaning into the legacy aspect of what a FedEx Cup title could mean. I think certainly this year in 2024, it's leaning into the competitive aspect with those two alphas and Scottie Scheffler and Xander Schauffele going head to head in what is a very much a spirited race and debate for Player of the Year honors. That's the narrative of 2024, because at this point, $25 million comparatively to Scottie Scheffler's career earnings, I mean, it's already like a quarter of what Scottie Scheffler's earned in his career, and he's only been on the PGA Tour for 4 years. So the dialogue has certainly changed as the FedEx Cup has evolved over the past 17 years.
Well,
Rex, Lav just mentioned it. He mentioned the narrative of the race between the Alphas 1 and 2, Scottie and Xander for Player of the Year. How would you narrate this thing as Xander went T2, Scottie finished 4th there in Memphis? Is it intensifying in your eyes, or it's still Scottie and there's nobody else?
No, I think it's as muddy as it was at the water in Memphis, because you look at essentially what this playoffs is going to decide. I think it's a political season, so I'll keep it in that context. Scottie Scheffler is clearly leading the polls at the moment, but the margin of error could go either way because of what we've seen in the playoffs. To Lab's point, I think to the players, the playoffs have become more important. To go back to 2021 to prove the point, coming into the playoffs, Jon Rahm probably was the front runner to win that year's Player of the Year award. But Patrick Cantlay caught fire in the playoffs, won twice. He ended up getting that vote. And I think that was an indication from the membership that the playoffs matter. And this would be another example. Scottie Scheffler has done some amazing things on the golf course, but there is a scenario, a universe, where Xander Schauffele plays well in Memphis like he did. Maybe he wins the BMW and goes on to win the FedEx Cup. I think a good portion of the membership would vote for Xander Schauffele because of what that has proven to them over the course of the year. Now, I'm with Scottie. I don't believe it's a season-long race, but the players look at it that way.
Rex.
Yeah, and I would agree, Rex, that I believe this is like the doomsday scenario for the PGA Tour, because over the past couple of years, since they went to this staggered start format, we've always wondered, like, what will happen when a player is by far and away the best player during the course of the regular season on the PGA Tour. Scottie Scheffler's 6 wins. It's the first 6-win season we've seen on the PGA Tour in 15 years. He has been, at least through one event, very competitive in the FedExCup playoffs, and then he does not win the FedEx Cup. Like, this feels like a slow burn until we get to Eastlake and the Tour Championship. You look at what Xander Schauffele has done at Eastlake over the past 3 years. He is 30 shots better than Scottie Scheffler over the past 3 years at Eastlake. I know the golf course has been renovated. I know it's going to take a little bit of course knowledge and some homework week of. That is a huge advantage that Xander's going to enjoy week of. It feels like he is still the favorite in my mind for FedEx Cup champion. That's really going to muddy the Player of the Year race.
Rex, final question. I want to ask you, because you've been around a lot longer than the fresh-faced kid, Ryan Lavner. Sam Saunders announced his retirement this weekend. Arnold Palmer's grandson, never won on tour, became a familiar figure out there. Do we kind of underestimate how difficult it is for people who come from a famous lineage to make it in golf? You know, it was tough for Jack's kids, for Gary Player's kids, for Raymond Floyd's kids.
And I think Sam embraced it. I think we do underestimate. You have that shadow hanging over you. Certainly, Charlie Woods is going to face that over the course of his career if he goes on to a profession. I mean, it goes on to become a professional golfer. But I will go immediately to what Sam sort of pivoted to after Arnold Palmer passed away. He took the torch. He became the lead voice when it came to the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Here in the community in Orlando, he's become the lead voice. So it's difficult, and he struggled with it from time to time. But I will give him a monsoon of credit because eventually he embraced it.